Good day, guys. I'm quickly making this video because I want to quickly just do a rundown of how does the habit tracker work and where can you find it and how should you fill it in. So this is going to be like a quick 10-minute video just giving you guys an overview of how does the habit tracker work, how do you use it in your trading system, and how do you actually fill it in, where do you find it, and so forth, guys. So what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to go look in the group. You would have access to the community tab, right? So the community tab is where all the information flows from. So this video is going to be in your student portal under your habit tracker. Now, where you're going to find it, you're going to find it in your tab here under. So the moment you click on the link, you're going to get taken to the mentor bundle, right? Inside of the mentor bundle, you'll see that there are many folders, but here is the Sustainable Habit Tracker. Okay, inside you're going to find two things. You're going to find a Word document and an Excel document. So the Excel document, if you open it here, you will see that this is the actual habit tracker. Now, let me just share this with you guys because it's not going to show that. And you're also going to see here is the guide. So the Excel one is the actual one where you fill in your habits on a weekly basis. And the Word one is just kind of like a guide. I'm going to go through both of those with you guys now. So let me quickly go through how do you actually fill in the actual habit tracker. So this is what the habit tracker is going to look like. So if you got the recommendation to start doing, the habit tracker, I think this is a very, very important thing that you need to have in your day-to-day trading activities, because your habits build your mind, and your mind builds your thoughts, and your thoughts build your decisions, and your decisions gets executed within the trading environment. So that's where the results come from. So you need to track your habits. So what you're going to do is you are going to click on your habit tracker here. So you'll see this is the Sustainable Habit Tracker. So the first one is an example, and then there's the actual habit tracker. But now we're going to run through the example. So the important part to understand is the golden rule is you do not reward profitable trading. This habit tracker has got nothing to do with P&L, whether you made a win or a loss or whatever. It's more about the activities around it. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill in whatever type of reward you want for the week. You guys saw in the group I posted that I love sushi, and I only reward myself with sushi if I actually completed the week. So you'll see here. Now you'll see here are some of my habits, or the habits that I do and the ones that I counter, right? But I'm going to show you guys now in the Word document. I've given you guys like an idea of different ones. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to show you where you can go and get some examples. So we've got like a whole example one for you where you can go through and you can choose some of them, just to spark your curiosity. There's a lot of them in each different type of area that you want to grow at. And then you can also add some more on top of that, if you want. So you'll see here that the points for the good things are smaller than the points for the negative. So if I read 3 to 60 minutes every single day, I get my 2 points. So if I fill in my 2 points there, I'll get 2 points. If I go gym or I exercise or I walk, I get that. Morning routine completed. Yes, I did that. Then review my trading plan. Yes. So if I did everything on this side, right, everything. So let's say, for instance, I finished everything here. I knocked out all of these things. So I will get a maximum of 37 points. Now, if you have a look at the negative habits, you'll see that they are very heavy in points. So let's say that you removed your stop loss completely. Then you are going to put in minus 15. And then you're going to see that you're going to lose almost half of your points. So the important part is to try and stay away from these bad habits. Like I took a trade outside of my plan, -5. And that goes for every single trade that you do that. Moved my stop loss further away, -8. Closed early from fear, -4. So you can then create this habit tracker, and then you have your max daily score. So the idea is to stick within 35 to 40 points. Okay, mine is 37 at this point, so I'm within that limit. You can make it a bit more, or you can make it 35. Then every single day, once you finish with it, we have a daily reflection. So your daily reflection, you don't have to specifically do in your habit tracker. You can do it in your journal. If you just got your own journal like me as well, where I've got my journal that I write how I'm feeling, and I dump my brain out, then in every evening, you're going to sit and you're going to write down your daily score. So you're going to put on your daily score, and then you're going to put positive points. What were the things that you really did well? What are you proud of? What are the things that you really stuck to? Is there any negative points, something that you did that you were not very happy with today? If there is nothing on the negative side, then you don't have to put anything. And then you fill in the total amount of points. So you take your total score minus your negatives, and then you write it down. Then one of the other things you can also look at is, what was today's biggest win? What was today's biggest lesson? And one thing I'll improve tomorrow. But I'll show you guys now. So, we've got something additional to this to help you in your journal. Now, the tracker is pretty much you're just going to keep copying this tracker. So if you want to make a new one, you just copy there and you say duplicate, and then you can just rename it and say, week 1, for argument's sake. And then this can be your first week. All right, so you can do it any way you want. You can keep duplicating as many as you want. If you want to delete some, you can take some off. This is your tracker. Copy it and keep it for yourself. It's going to help you to build the right habits. Now, you'll see there that there are 5 of them because there's only 5 trading days. If you are trading like over the weekend, then you can also look to add some more here. But this is pretty much just the daily tracker. Now, let's move over to the actual guide, to help you and with understanding how it works. Let me just see here. Where am I now? Okay, so let me quickly share that. That's one. Okay, so this is your guide. You can just download it and keep it, for you. So the Sustainable Trading Habit Tracker. So the habit tracker, the golden rule to remember is you are not rewarded for profitable trading. You're rewarded for the disciplined trading. A losing trade executed perfectly still earns points. A winning trade, when you broke your rules, loses points. So even when you win and you broke your rules, you're still lost, right? That's the idea. Okay, so we have our first section, which is your daily reflection. Now, you don't have to specifically do it only, on here. You can do it in your journal. It's just a guide that's for you, so you can either do it here or you can maybe do it in your journal. It's just to spark your curiosity and just start implementing that feedback system. So every evening you can go through this one. Next one, your weekly score. Then over the weekend, you can sit down, because traders always complain, we don't know what to do over the weekend. Well, now we're going to reflect on how to run. Your weekly score. What was your weekly score for every single day? What was the positive points, the negative points? And so you're going to do the total amount of points here, total amount of negative, and your final score for the week. Okay, this is what I based on rewarding myself. Then there's the weekly reflection questionnaire. So did I become a better trader this week? So it's just something you can go through that's going to help you. Then you can put on your monthly milestone. So this is the one we're going to be using in sustainable trading. So you're going to get graded according to this. So there's going to be some prizes and stuff we're going to be giving away, rewarding you guys with some stuff for the people that actually do these achievements, because we want to build that right habits within you guys. So I reward effort, not outcome. So I believe that the effort that you put in, reflecting and really taking this journey serious, you will be rewarded for it. So there's lots of things we're going to be giving away, lots of things that we're going to be doing. And we are working at a reward system for this specifically. And then obviously also getting someone over a whole year, where, who were the best people over an entire year that made the right decisions. And we'll be doing something special for them as well. Again, guys, you can't win these things with your P&L. You're not being rewarded for how much money you made. You're being rewarded for the habits that you're creating, the lifestyle changes that you're making. That is what is going to give you the long-term success. Okay, so this is your monthly milestones, and then we have the Sustainable Trading Execution Score. So this is it's an extra thing that you can bring in, right? So you can rate yourself, in your diary. You can say discipline. How was I with discipline? How was I with patience? How was I with, keep scoring yourself every month or every week, just to understand how things are going. And now here is the guide. So this is the habit scoring guide. So what you're going to do is, here's some ideas around certain habits. So mindset and personal growth, we're just giving you some ideas to spark your curiosity. You can use some of these. If you can't think of your own, you can choose here. Is there any mindset or personal growth you want? Anything from trading preparation, anything from trading execution, anything from review and improvement. Is there any bonus points here that you might want to add to that? Negative, what are negative ones with points that you can be using? So it's just to spark your curiosity, to spark that juices for you to start thinking about. Here's like serious violations. These ones, are like really, really hectic ones. So we spent some time on creating these because we think that these are like really crazy ones, and this can destroy your account. So when you add these in, you know, or you're doing these things, then add this into your daily habit tracker to stay away from these. This will create a huge impact in your psychology. Okay, there we have it. So you've got that, and then your reward, you either favorite meal, just giving you some ideas around rewards, and then the sustainable trading philosophy. Every point is a vote for the trader you're becoming. Winning trades don't build professionals. Consistent habits do. Okay, guys, so this is pretty much in a nutshell how the habit tracker is working. I use this in my own life as well. I do that, every single day. I track my habits. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? And the idea is not to be perfect. Understand this. It is about doing one habit better every single week. It's about showing up for yourself. I told you guys, be very, very, very greedy with your time and spend this moment with yourself and get some habits, because your habits are going to also help you to stay away from fiddling with your trades. All right, guys. So I really hope this is going to help many of you. It's helped me considerably. The hard part is actually doing it every single day. If you miss a day, it's okay. You can sit down and you can go through it again, fill it in, but try not to miss more than 2 days in a row. That now is a negative habit. So if you miss today and I always say once or twice is life. 3 or 4, you're now making a decision. All right. So stick to it, guys. As always, guys, have a wonderful day and happy trading, guys.